Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 16. I'm not sick anymore! I don't know how I left you, when I left you, you know, for the binge watching of My Hero Academia. So maybe you don't know it, but it has been more than 3 weeks that I was sick, you know, and I was continuing to film my reaction videos about the binge watching of My Hero Academia, The Wire, the new show Berlin and all of that. But really I was talking like that all along with my nose blocked, and it was annoying, it was exhausting for everyone, for you, like for me, and that's it. I'm not sick anymore. Like, I still have some issues, but it's so little, and I can talk to you normally, and I can breathe, you know, and I can smell my coffee like nothing, like it's totally normal, and in fact I can do it since so long. Really, I have the impression to rediscover little pleasure like that. Like earlier this day I cleaned my place and I was like, it smells so good, you know, the flavor into the cleaning products and all of that. I was like, oh, I forgot that you were smelling so good. I'm sorry, but as you can understand, I'm really excited just with the fact that I can film with really just me, like, without complaining to you, and being just glad, you know, to be back and to be okay. That's so good. I don't think that for the last reaction videos of My Hero Academia I wished you a happy new year. I don't think so. So I'm gonna wish you it right there, you know. I know that it has been a long time for Patreon and also for sure for YouTube, but if you're only watching my reaction videos about My Hero Academia, it's only now that I can wish you a happy new year. I hope that everything is gonna be okay for you during this year. Happiness and good health. That's really the two things that you have to be focused on. Happiness, I wish for you to have all of your projects, you know. I hope that they're gonna be accomplished during this year, and I hope that you're gonna spend good times with your loved ones, your family and or your friends, as you want, no matter what, people that you love and who love you back, just that. So that's it for being happy and for good health. Believe me, health is everything. Like me, I was complaining because I was a little sick. My sister, she had a lot of issues right now. And believe me, health, good health, like when you're healthy, you're not thinking about it, how important it is in fact to stay in good health. So good health for all of you, my dears. Okay, we are there for My Hero Academia. I think that I'm also excited because I have the impression that the 2 episodes that I'm gonna watch today, they're gonna be nice, you know, they're gonna be cool, they're gonna be fun, they're gonna be exciting, but they're gonna be less heavy, you know, and less emotional and less stressful than the 2 last episodes. No. Really, the last episodes that I watched, which were, you know, about the battle, that fight against Overhaul, and the fact that we lost Night Eye, the fact that Milio, he lost his quirk, the fact that so many people were hurt, the fact that Dekku managed to fight against Overhaul, but it was with Eri on her back, and all of that fight was so rough, so difficult, so painful, so stressful to watch. So I have the emotion that with the rhythm, you know, of the season, normally right now we should have usual fun episodes. At least they should be, you know, a little lighter with the stress, the intensity. And the fact that for the last episode we finished it with Bakugo and Todoroki going to these classes, you know, to have their provisional licenses. I'm like, okay, so they're gonna train, that's gonna be cool, that's gonna be fun. The only 2 things, you know, which can go wrong is the fact that I'm not sure that Camille right there, she's the right Camille, you know, because during, you know, the first provisional license exam, in fact, Camille, she was Toga. So I'm still stressed about Toga at some point taking her place again. Right now, I don't know, so I keep that in mind. And also, we should have that conversation between Andover and Allmight. Andover wants to talk with Allmight. For me, he wants to talk with him because Allmight doesn't have his quirk anymore, and because of that, Andover had to take his place. You know, he was forced to take his place, but people are not really recognizing him as the true leader, the new leader after Allmight. So I'm wondering if he's gonna ask for Allmight to recognize him in front of everyone, or he's gonna be mad at Allmight. I don't know. But for sure, you know that I'm clearly not a fan of Andover. Okay, he's a good hero, we saw him saving people, and it has been a long time that he's making that job, so he's making it right. But as a human being, he's a fucking asshole. What he did to Todoroki, I'm never gonna accept it, forget it, forgive it. With all of the reasons of the world, I can't. I would want him to say that he regrets it, that he wants to change, that he's not like that anymore, but that's not it, you know. That guy still thinks that he did the right thing, that he had all of the rights to do that and all. It's not okay, so I'm not gonna be on Andover's side. For sure. So right there, we're gonna have Todoroki, Bakugo, Kami, and I forget the name of the big guy, the tall guy, but I remember his quirk because it's really the quirk that I would have loved to have, you know, if I would have been a character into My Hero Academia, into that universe. I'm saying it since the beginning, something related to the wind, something related to manipulating wind, you know, the air, all of that. Again, since I discovered Avatar The Last Airbender, I binge-watched it, all of it with you guys. If you want to see my reaction videos about it, I'm gonna put the link right there. You're gonna have all of my reaction videos into the chronological order. And maybe, you know, for the timing when this is gonna be posted on YouTube, it's gonna be just before, I think, Avatar The Last Airbender, the show being out on Netflix. So if you want to have a little reminder of all of the story of Avatar The Last Airbender, or maybe at least the first season, go check my reaction videos about it. I think that it's a good way also to have a little reminder before beginning the show that we're gonna have on Netflix. I hope that I'm gonna love it. I'm impatient, I'm excited, I'm a little stressed about it, but I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna love it. Like, the trailer that we had was so good. It's gonna be okay. So, right there, My Hero Academia, this training, this for Bakugo and Todoroki. Like, Bakugo is gonna try to be the best. You know, I think that he's really frustrated by the fact that he didn't have his provisional license already when everyone else had it, so he wants to prove even more that he can have it, that he's great enough. Todoroki, I'm not sure of how he took it. And Kami, like, I want to talk with the girl. If she's the right Kami, I want to talk with her even more. What happened to you? Like, the first time, how can you justify, you know, the fact that someone took your place, no one saw it, you were not informed by it, like no one suspected something like that? Like, I would want for... Oh no, I forgot! There is another guy with blue hair. I forgot about him. For sure, I didn't remember him. But you know, I would want for these two guys at some point to share memories with Kami right now during this training, to be sure that she's the true Kami and not Toga. And it's raining, suddenly. Okay, still we have some sun, we should have a rainbow somewhere. I'm into a good mood, like really, as you can see, I'm really taking that so well, the fact that it's raining right now, it's not natural, you know. Oh, even the taste. Like, for sure, I wasn't smelling anything when I was sick, like really, I didn't have my nose functioning at all. But even the smell, you know, I didn't have it fully, and it was so annoying to eat, because, you know, I love to eat. Really, but it's really for the taste, you know. It's not because I'm hungry or anything like that, because I'm, in fact, rarely hungry. But it's really the taste of things that I appreciate, of different things, and that's why also I love to cook, because I love to make different things, different tastes. Like, it's really something that I appreciate. So for me to eat with really a low taste, like I couldn't taste almost anything. It was so boring to eat, like I didn't have any pleasure and any necessity neither, so it was awful. But that's it. I can taste and smell coffee. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now and let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want on my Patreon, we have 4 episodes of advance, which means 2 weeks of advance. It's really a lot, and you have them with a full on extended reaction part. I put 4 reaction parts for the big episodes, so for all of the episodes, you know, about the fight between Overhaul, Dekku, Mirio, Natai, all of them, it was only 3 episodes, and I put extended reaction part for smaller episodes, like the last one, I think, you know, for which I'm reacting, but I can still cut into it a little, so you have an extended reaction part on my Patreon, which is, no matter what, more interesting than the version that you have on YouTube, for which I'm forced to cut each 5 seconds. Like for the extended reaction part, I'm really letting the scene go like that, and I'm cutting really when it's not interesting for you, for me to have this moment of the episode and also my reaction to it, like it's not that important. Oh, and for sure, my Patreon is the best way to support me if you want and if you can. I'm a little reactor on YouTube but also on Patreon, so each support, like really, I appreciate them and they are truly useful, even if it's just for 1 month, even if it's just for the time of one show, one anime. It's really appreciated, really useful, so if you want and if you can, don't put yourself into any difficulty or anything like that. If you want and if you can come on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode! You always have an issue with that, sleeping, all of that. Worst dad ever. How could you have your revenge right now against him? Maybe by being better than Todoroki? Joining today, she was not there before. It's Toga. Oh, maybe not. She's maybe a little woo, like that, you know. Doesn't need to be Kami Toga, you know. Meaning that you're gonna be careful today with the fact that it's truly her. Yes. You know that, yes, that you should be with them, right? Yeah. For sure. No. You know that it's not their capacities, you know, it's really their attitudes, which can be an issue. I thought that it was weird creatures coming, you know, like ghosts or something like that. You need to save her, not the kids, her, that teacher. No. He looks like a little Mirio, you know? They are awful, these kids. My mother, you know, was a teacher, and a lot of time I went with her to help her when she was taking her kids, you know, to visit something. And really, I know how to make kids, you know, respect me. So nothing like that. Like, whoa, Juja, you there, everyone. Clearly.
先生、ご安心を。貴様ら4人には協力して、このクラスの心を掌握してもらう。
That's their training, you know, their test for today.
練習の後にダークだ。
Yeah. For sure, you can't just shut up.
話って
Yes.
正直今の私に何が言えるのか。
It's not about you, he wants to talk about him, I think.
ここ1ヶ月の犯罪発生率、例年に比べ 3% もの増加。
And the situation.
誰よりも多く事件を解決へ導いてきた。
Yes, he's mad, he's frustrated, I can feel it, like...
貴様が築き上げてきた目には映らぬ何かが崩れていく音が音ナンバーワンヒーローよ。平和の象徴とは何だ。
Do you want him to help you to be a good leader? No, not at all. Do they have their quirk already, these kids?
小学校低学年は人格形成において大切な時期、個性の違いが大きく影響するため、カウンセリングを行い、健やかな精神を育めるようサポートするのですが、カウンセリングも万能ではありません。このクラスの子たちは私たちに心を閉ざしてしまいました。夢に向かって励んでいらっしゃる皆様と触れ合うことで、まっすぐな気持ちを思い出させてあげられれば。
Ah, that's important and interesting. To make that job, you know, with kids. You think? Maybe because you were that kid at some point. That leader influencing all of the other ones. But it doesn't mean that it's the case right there, like. I would love to be friends, you know, with him. He's the kind of guy, you know, the kind of friend that you want to have. Always cheering. That's wrong. Not nice. You need to remember how you were and what you needed to hear during that period of time. That's a good metaphoric.
肩書きが欲しいだけなら貴様のようにヘラヘラと愛想を振りまいたのさ。だが俺は誰より強くなりたかった。
Okay, you're recognizing that you made a mistake.
君らしくないな。いいから答えろ。平和の象徴とはか。正直何と言えばいいか。
It's something also really symbolic.
強い光、希望であり継承でもある。私はあなたのためになりたくてここにいるんだ。オールマイト。近くの優しさをないがしろにして多くを切り捨てて。
And now you regret it, no? now that your friend died.
元サイドキックから君の置かれてる現状世間からの声は知っている私と君を比較する者も多くいる
And they are not respecting him as much as they liked, they loved you.
だが君と私は違う私の目指した象徴を君もなぞることはない
Yes, you have to be your own
君の
self,
思うやり方を焦らず
whatever
に
it
つければいい
is.
さあで次は冷静と情熱の間轟ショート
You shut the fuck up and let him do his stuff.
俺がどういう人間なのかまずそれを知ってもらわなきゃ何を言っても届きゃしねえ過去から目を背けるな俺はゴチンコじゃねえヒーロー志望の USA のショート人物紹介ページみたいな語りから入ったつまんねえトースカンナイスファイト
I would love that someone
しょうがねえな
calm and honest.
個性でしっかり私たち見せた方が手っ取り早くない？
俺もそれを言おうとしてたんだ
Nah, to impress them? I'm not sure.
何をしようが響きませんよ。パパ、ママ、テレビみんな言ってる。ヒーローは大丈夫かって。そう、俺たちは知ってるんだぜ。俺たちの方ができるってことをさ。
Ah, these kids, they saw heroes, you know, not being respected anymore, people adopting at them. Right there, they don't respect these young heroes.
自分の個性がヒーローより優れていると確信して本気で皆さん
You're really gonna fight against each other? I don't think that it's the right solution. It's gonna be fun, but I don't think so. See, I told you during the intro, I knew that this episode would be fun, would be exciting, would be good to watch and all, but it would be also lighter than all of the episodes that we had with this fight against Overhaul, all of this tension, intensity, stress. I was right, and it feels good, you know, to have the mood being back to that kind of mood into this anime, like, okay, we're following characters that we love, we are seeing them, you know, having some issues, we're gonna deal with that with them, it's gonna be cool. But you know, they're not in danger, right there, they're not gonna die, I don't have to be scared for them. It's better. We knew that they would have a training to have their provisional license, you know, right there, but I didn't think for sure at all that it would be about talking with kids, trying to calm these kids who are really, you know, rebellious, who are really in the confrontation, who are not listening to them and all. And you know what that young blonde boy said at the end? It was really like, we've seen television, we've seen heroes who are not respected anymore, we have our parents who are doubting of you, so why we should respect you? You are not real heroes, you are just students, and no matter what, heroes are nothing, we can be better than them. I think that it's really interesting that this young boy said so, because, you know, it has been a long time now that they are saying, you know, the writers are telling us, are showing us that even before All Might, the symbol of peace disappearing, you know, being defeated like that, even before that, people were beginning to have some doubts about heroes, and when really it happened with All Might, it changed everything. People were really like, that's it, we don't have All Might to protect us anymore, what is gonna happen, like, it's awful and all. And with all of what happened with the League of Villains, with Stain also in particular, people, they are really not considering heroes and villains as, you know, the good side, the bad side. Now everything is a little mixed, and also just they are seeing that heroes sometimes can be defeated by villains when before that it was never the case, so they are not feeling safe anymore. Also with the school, you know, with these attacks at UA, they feel like their kids are in danger, and you know, a lot of things like that that people are talking about. And even if we saw it a little before at television and all, I think that it's pretty interesting to have right there a little kid talking about it and saying that because his parents are talking about it and because he saw it also on television, for him it's the truth, you know, and he believes into it, that heroes are not useful anymore, like he doesn't have to respect them anymore, doesn't care about them, and right there it's just students, so even less. I think that it was truly interesting to have that, you know, it was interesting. I know that it's not the main thing, maybe why they're acting like that, but just to have that little note right there, it was cool. They all tried, you know, to calm these kids with different things, like for sure Bakugo, he wanted a confrontation, and because him, you know, into his childhood, everything was functioning with one person, one kid influencing all of the other ones. Himself, Bakugo, was that kid influencing everyone else. He thought that right there he just had to find the little Bakugo right there to fight that person. No, it's not functioning like that. Todoroki's approach, you know, pleased me more for sure, because he just wanted to be sincere and to be calm and to talk with them, with these kids, as, you know, they are equals. And for sure that's something that I appreciated, but for sure it didn't function, because for kids it's a little boring and you're not impressing them, and that's what Camille, she wanted to do, to impress them. When, you know, for, I forgot his name, the big guy, it was more about, I want to be friends with you, we're the same, and all, it didn't function like that. Camille, yes, she was more like, let's use our quirks, it's gonna impress them, and at the end, in fact, they want to fight against each other. I'm not sure that it's a good idea, you know, to have 4 students, heroes like that, fighting against kids who just have their quirks, who don't know really how to control them. I'm not sure it's fair, and I'm not sure it's something great, and like someone can get hurt. The priority, remember, you know, it's to save people, not to fight them, like, I'm not sure. I'm sure now that the Camille that we have right there, it's really Camille and not Toga, because we had that moment of explanation with the fact that she slept during some days. She didn't have any knowledge, you know, about the fact that she slept during so long, and because of that, the other ones understood that the Camille that they had with them during the exam was not the real Camille. Like, they know it, everyone knows it. Camille likes the ones around her, so for sure they're gonna be really careful to have the right Camille right there. So that's why I'm less afraid of having Toga right there and not Camille. And yes, now that we know a little more about the girl, her attitude and all, the fact that she's acting like that, so, you know, like, I don't know how to say it. She's a little naive, you know, a little too naive. She's really talking without any filter, like everything which is going into her head, she's just saying it, and it's not stupid stuff, but it's really the simple stuff. Like, I'm not gonna judge her as someone stupid, you know, like, because I would never judge someone like that. And no matter what, I just met her, so even less. But for me, she's just like reacting and acting, you know, the simple way, like, you know, the first degree of stuff. Like, you're saying something to her, she's gonna believe it just like that, she's not gonna question it. You know, some people are like that, you know, some people are really staying at the first degree of stuff, and it's cool also because it means that they are really pure and naive with their reactions, with their thoughts, also with what they are telling you. I like that kind of person. So I think that she's more someone like that, you know, in fact, at the end. So yes, right there it's her, truly her. All of them that are gonna fight these kids, again, I don't think that it's the right solution. For me, the right solution would be to put yourself at their places, you know, when you at their ages. I think that you lived the same stuff than them. And that, you know, I found that interesting, that this teacher, what she said about these kids, they just have their quirks and it disturbed them a lot. And for sure, you know, for little kids of their age to discover their quirks, with everything which is happening right now also during that context, it has to be so disturbing for yourself, but also because of the context, that yes, maybe they are losing themselves also a little, these kids, and they need to be calm, you know, and to understand what's happening. So I think that it's pretty interesting to have a class like that, and to see also that this system is thinking about it, is trying to take care of it. You know that I have an issue with the system in place, you know, into that universe, about when you have your quirk, you have to register it, and since you're a kid, you're categorized, you know, into a box, and because of that, people are dealing with you in a different way. And also, you know, how to use your quirks, the licenses, all of that. Like, I have some issues with the system in place right there. So, at least with the fact that when kids, they have their quirks, people are keeping an eye on them to be sure that they're gonna deal with them well. I appreciate that, you know, this idea. The fact that this system is taking care of that, is thinking about it. It's cool. And during all of this time, we have also Andover talking with Allmight. And they talked, in fact, about what I said during the intro. I knew that Andover right there wanted a conversation with Allmight about the fact that he took the place of Allmight, you know, as the new leader, and clearly people are contesting it, are not respecting him, are not loving him as much as they loved Allmight. And that's why Andover right there, he didn't ask for help, you know, but he asked for Allmight, what is the symbol of peace, like, how can I be that one? Because he said also that when he was 20 years old, something like that, he reached, you know, the top 2, and he understood that he would never be the top 1. And now he has to be the top 1 when, in fact, he knows that he can never be him. So how can he be the symbol of peace? What is truly the symbol of peace? And I think that Allmight answered well in the fact that it's not really something, you know, it's more an idea, it's more to give up to people and to be a warning for the villains, like for people, for citizens, to be the symbol of peace, it's to be the promise that nothing is gonna happen, like you're gonna be safe no matter what. People, they need to feel safe, to just go on with their lives and to respect heroes. And it's also a warning for the villains. You can't do whatever you want, heroes are going to be there to stop you. That's really what it is for me, the symbol of peace, and to represent the symbol of peace. And the fact that right there they don't have Allmight and they don't have the symbol of peace, that's why also villains, they feel like they can be out whenever they want, you know, and they can do whatever they want because they are not afraid anymore. And that's why also the public, the citizens, are not feeling safe anymore and are not respecting heroes anymore. You know, the conversation that Andover and Allmight, they have right now, it's also about what is happening right there with the kids not respecting heroes also. Do you understand what I mean? I think that Andover, he needs to be more honest about the fact that he needs help and what does he need truly. Like, I would be Andover, I think that I would ask for Allmight to, I don't know, to make a speech, to recognize him, you know, as a great hero, as his successor. I know that Allmight, he has a successor with Dekku, but for now he can't say it, he can't talk about him, so at least to give a speech with a lot of heroes around him, not only Andover, but Andover for sure, to say, see, we have heroes right there who are there to protect you. Don't be worried, like, I know them, they are so great and all. You don't know it, but they stopped a lot of villains without you knowing it. We just made a big mission and we succeeded. Trust us, we can do it. No, that's not what I mean. I would be Allmight, I would do something like that. And again, you know, some episodes ago I was talking like I was the communication girl division of the League of Villains. If I would be the communication girl, you know, of the heroes, I would tell them that, you know, like you have to show yourself. You have to show that you're there, you're present, you have to show to the world that you didn't disappear because Allmight, you know, is not in function anymore. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now. I'm gonna watch one more episode today. Maybe I'm gonna finish this training today with the second episode that I'm gonna watch. We'll see. No matter what, it's gonna be in another video. If you want to have my reactions and my thoughts about this video, and in fact about the 4 next episodes, you have my Patreon for that. No matter what, it's all for this video, so it's all for you for today, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.